Hey guys, the car behind me is the BMW iX50. Now I've really been looking forward to driving this car. I've never driven the iX40 before this, nor the iX40 Sport. When BMW offered the iX50, I just jumped at it because I see this car everywhere. There's no denying that they're so popular. It's been a sales phenomenon for BMW Malaysia. And it's now I understand why. I mean, in terms of design, it's a great looking car. There's no doubt about it. In terms of specifications between the iX40, iX40 Sport and iX50, they're all roughly about the same. But this, the iX50, costs nearly 150,000 ringgit more than the base model. You get bigger batteries, you get better range, more power, and better acceleration, but roughly everything else remains the same. So let's just take a quick walk around and then go for a drive. So from the outside, you get BMW laser lights. You get this gorgeous 22-inch wheels. I just love the wheels. I love the stance, the squat. I love how it sits. And you get this gold trimming that extends all the way through the side of the car. It reminds me a little bit of the BMW XM. Now that's a proper monster. So from here at the back, I got nothing bad to say about this car, honestly. It's just such a clean design, clean silhouette. And then got a huge boot as well. And check this out, this is carbon fiber, yeah? So the entire tub of the car is made of carbon fiber, so this saves weight and adds stiffness to the car. So adds to the character of the car as well, I think. Space for your cables. And it's just such a nice car. As you can see, I'm head over heels about the BMW iX. Now let's go take it for a drive. The BMW iX xDrive 50, or simply known as the iX50, is now the flagship iX and sits above the base xDrive 40 and thus making the xDrive 40 Sport the mid-variant model. But with the price tag close to 550,000 ringgit, it is also about 150,000 ringgit more expensive than the iX40. For that price, you get more powerful electric motors with a total system output of 523 horsepower and 765 Nm of torque. The iX50 is seriously powerful. It does the sprint from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 4.6 seconds, which is over 2 seconds faster than the iX40s. For that money, you don't only get better performance, but also better range. BMW says the bigger battery of the iX50 provides for a WLTP range of 630 km, which is significantly more than the 425 km range of the iX40. The battery is rated at 111.5 kWh, while the baseline model gets a 76.6 kWh battery. Though you have to pay a lot more for the iX50, you don't actually get a lot more. The specifications between the base, the mid and the top spec iX models are just about the same, except for the performance and the range, of course. Some of the notable features include Live Cockpit Professional System with a curved 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster with another 14.9-inch central touchscreen display. The iX50 also has an amazing Sky Lounge panoramic glass roof with electrochromic function, an 18-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, as well as switches made of real crystal glass and open port wood around the center console. Differentiating the iX50 from the base model is a tire pressure monitoring system, Parking Assistant Plus with surround view camera, Driving Assistant Professional package with adaptive cruise control and stop and go function, steering and lane control assist, and finally, the iX50 also gets automatic speed limit assist and evasion assist. Driving the BMW iX50 is truly an occasion by itself. I finally understand what the big deal is all about, because you see these cars everywhere. You see the iX almost everywhere, if around the streets of KL at least. And I've always wondered why, I've never had, like I said earlier, I've never had the chance to actually drive the iX. I'm not sure why, but now having driven it, and spending some quality time in it, I finally understand. This is a very nice car. I mean, the first thing that gets you as soon as you step in is just wow. I mean, I like the steering wheel, this flat bottom and flat top steering wheel. It's just unusual. You know, this massive screen, and it needs to be said that this screen is a smudge-free screen. I do not know what BMW uses, but it hardly has any smudges on it after 2 days of using it. You know, it's like a phone, right? The more you use it, the more fingerprints it gets. And the other thing that gets you is the crystal that is used in here. There's crystal everywhere, guys. There's crystal gear knob, there's a crystal dial, even the volume knob is made of crystal. Hell, the adjustment for this electronic seat, these buttons over here that adjust the electronic seats, these are made of crystal. The memory function buttons are made of crystal. So you might think that, you know, what's the big deal? There's crystal. Even Volvo uses crystal, but Volvo only uses crystal on their gear knob. There's crystals everywhere, and this is real crystal. It's not just one of yours fake crystals that you sometimes get in the market. But then, even the sound that you get when you accelerate. Whoa, 600 over Newton meters of torque, crazy. But it sounds amazing. Now BMW is pays particular attention to the way their cars sound, right? They work with a renowned German composer called Hans Zimmermann, I think. And he is the one that ultimately will design the way an electric BMW sounds. And this sounds like a banshee. Oh my god, sounds amazing. It's so nice. It's just so nice. But besides all of that though, it's such a hoot. The leather in here, heck, there's even this is real open pore wood over here, and it looks like wood. It's not one of those wood that does not look like wood kind of thing. Looks like wood. I really appreciate that. So I'm really excited, if you can't tell. You know, I really like this car also, if you can't already tell. And the thing is, I think the one car maker that can learn a lot from BMW is Mercedes-Benz. I just drove a Mercedes, the EQS 500. I've never been so disappointed with Mercedes before. You know, the S-Class is supposed to be the epitome of luxury saloons, luxury sedans. And the EQS was such a disappointment. I'll add a link to that video somewhere here, either in the screen or in the captions box. But yeah, anyway, that's a totally different story. On the topic of the iX though, well, it is 150,000 ringgit more expensive than the base iX, and you only get what? You only get bigger batteries, you get more power, and that's about it, and more range, of course. So can you justify 150,000 ringgit, paying 150,000 ringgit more for a car that has better range, better performance and such? 150,000 ringgit is a lot of money, guys. It's a lot of money. You know, you can buy a base iX and perhaps a used 1 Series for fun, you know. Or if you're really into EVs, you can even look at a BYD as a second EV. So in that sense, I don't know. But considering how successful the iX has been, there are people out there that would really pay a lot of money for this. And the thing is, the iX has been a sales phenomenon for BMW. So yes, people will pay some crazy money for the iX. You know, I sometimes I see people that like to be driven in an iX. Yeah, there are people that are driven in an iX, and I always used to think why, you know, because EV, right? So now I understand why, because it's actually a really nice car to be driven in as well. It's comfortable. The suspension is a bit firm, you know. I do feel a lot of body movements. You know, I feel everything that is going down on the road. The car dips and rolls with the road and such. So the suspension is firm, but it's comfortable. It's quiet, like an EV, right? And these windows, I think they're double paned or something, because they're really thick. So there's not much of the world outside that you hear. And that's a great thing. I really appreciate that about the iX. And I finally understand why it's so popular. BMW iX50, a little under 600,000. And depending on how you spec the interior, because there are some leathers that will cost you about 17,000 ringgit more. So depending on what you choose, so it might nudge 600,000. Is it worth it? Considering that how successful it has been in terms of sales, I think that's an irrelevant question. It's just a really nice car. Thank you for watching. As usual, do consider subscribing.